Hi again, Ray Bauer at Soo Brewing Company. I know it's been a while, but we've been pretty busy. Recently celebrated our first anniversary. So for everyone who came in, thank you very much. I was very surprised. We had an excellent crowd and did a lot of business on that day. And I guess the reason I was surprised was we weren't doing a whole lot out of the ordinary. We debuted the new double IPA Duper forklift, which have been in the planning stages for over a year, and that's going very well. We also had the big board that all the Mug Club members who were here for our first anniversary signed, and that was nice that they showed that much enthusiasm. Had our souvenir cups that we gave out on St. Patrick's Day. If you have those cups, please keep them, because for other events that we have coming up, remember you can bring those in for $2 drafts. You may realize that it has already turned 70 degrees in Sault Ste. Marie. The original plan was that as soon as it turned 70, we were going to build a spontaneous beer garden in the parking lot and reveal the beer, The Legend, which had, it was our last beer that we created in 2011. We spent a month of that in the tank all through January, and it has been conditioning in the walk-in cooler for more than 2 months now. I've had it. As a matter of fact, quite a few people had it, because when it turned 70, we didn't want to contain it anymore, even though we couldn't sell it here on premises. So I sold a keg of that to a third party, and then they released it to about 40 to 50, mainly Mug Club members who were in attendance for that. The cat's out of the bag as far as the style of beer. It's a German. It is fantastic. You really need to try this beer. If you have any craft beer in the year 2012, I would say make it this one. When you name a beer The Legend, you have a lot to live up to, and I think this beer definitely lives up to that. That will be occurring once we get licensed. I met with the liquor inspector just this past week. We plan to then have a permanent license for that back parking lot, and we can do anything out there as far as beer service whenever we want to. But one thing I really didn't account for, and that was how popular our root beer was going to be. And it's just has amazed me how many people are buying our root beer, and I thank them. And I'm glad that they want to support us and buy the local product. Chug's Keg Conditioned Root Beer. We call it Keg Conditioned Root Beer because it spends a lot of time in the stainless steel kegs, in the walk-in cooler, conditioning and getting that creaminess to it and the head retention. Hopefully, if you get it later in the batch, the later it sits, the better the head retention is and the creamier it is. So come on in the next time you stop in, try some of the root beer. It's very good. It's a product I definitely stand behind. So soon we'll have new merchandise that we're very excited about, especially in regards to promoting the Chug's Root Beer. We're going to have Chug's Root Beer t-shirts for the kids, also Mug Club for kids or for adults who like root beer. It'll be a miniature version of our Mug Club mugs with the Chug's logo right on there. They can decorate them if they want. It's not going to be as expensive as the regular Mug Club mug, of course. It'll be $20 to join for the year, but the price of the root beer will be reduced from $1.75 a root beer to $1 a root beer. So if you come in here, basically every other week, or if you're coming in here in the summertime, it would definitely be worth it. And besides that, I think root beer tastes a lot better out of a glass than it does out of plastic anyway. Other things that we have up as far as merchandising, we have golf shirts that are coming up. We will have girl cut t-shirts. A lot of people have been asking about that, mainly guys asking to buy them for their girlfriends, more so than the women themselves. But at any rate, those are going to be in soon. We are also looking into growler koozies. So if you want to take your growler with you, if you're camping or what, it won't get as warm as fast. The Mug Club in their last meeting voted on the Grand Cru. So you Grand Cru fans, that's coming up. Remember, the last time we did Grand Cru, we did sell out of it in less than a week. So keep posted on our Facebook page and look for that if you want some. Raised dry rye, also making a return. I was extremely happy with that beer last time out, and if I had had the foresight, I would have gotten the ingredients to do that again in this last run, but I didn't. I think we're going to make that a fairly regular beer here, maybe like every other run or so. We'll do that at the Soo Wheat, which is our raspberry wheat. Originally, we thought that was going to be a regular here, but because so many people have liked the other beers, we haven't really had a chance to get that in there. But it's definitely a good springtime beer. We're going to do it again. We're going to do it a little bit differently this time. I'm going to use the California ale yeast that I used to brew with at home for this beer, and it's going to clear out a little bit more. You may, if you had the Soo wheat prior, I tried to make it more of a traditional wheat beer and left it with, just a lot of haze in that glass. But using the California ale yeast, the only haze you're going to have is going to be attributable to the wheat, and the rest of it's going to drop out. So it's going to be a little bit crisper beer, and I think it's going to be more attuned to what I brewed as a home brewer, and people really liked that. So I think you're really going to like this one. So be looking for the Soo wheat, the raised dry rye, and also the Grand Cru coming up. I'm also very excited to mention that we have another round of Maple Red coming up. This was a beer that was very popular in the spring last year and in the fall. This year we're dedicating it to our friends in Soo, Ontario, as they're celebrating their centennial on April 16th. That will be the release date of Maple Red. Prior, we had gotten our maple syrup from Dick Timmer in Brimley, and although his syrup is very high quality, for this round of Maple Red, we're going across the river. Actually, in just a couple of days from now, I'll be over there purchasing that from one of the maple vendors in Soo, Ontario. So we're really looking forward to that. Come over or if you're in town, just come in for Maple Red, April 16th.